Well, it's another Sunday, so you know what that means. That's right. It's time for Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics. Well, the past few episodes, I've talked about characters that inspired my superhero parody audio plays that I produce for my podcast, the Mr. Nailsin Show. New episodes every Wednesday and Saturday on RadioMisfits.com. Yeah. Well, so anyway, part of that podcast are these audio plays for different stories and whatnot, but the most frequent is one called Night Night that involves a Batman parody, and more or less his appearance was based on this guy here, kinda, sorta, the Black Owl, and another one simply called the Owl, and so on and so forth. And then there was a Superman parody character, and that was based on this guy, at least appearance-wise anyway. The Sun King character based on Adaman. Well, this one will be more about the Wonder Woman parody character whenever I do a parody of Justice League. And for the most part, this revolves around the likeness and appearance of Moon Girl. This was a character from EC Comics, which was mostly known for science fiction and horror and crime stories and stuff like that. And of course, Mad. And but they had this superhero character called Moon Girl, and she was pretty much a kind of a knockoff of Wonder Woman for that too. But didn't go very far, didn't last long, and EC folded for other reasons. Primarily, they were forced out because of those horror comics. But anyway, that's another story. So yeah, Moon Girl became the model for my Moon Maid character, who regularly appears in some of the superhero parody audio plays that I do on the Mr. Nailsin Show. Do check it out. You'll be glad you did. All right, let's go ahead and get started here with Moon Girl. This is Moon Girl. Well, it's titled Moon Girl and the Prince, but I think it just became Moon Girl eventually. But this is issue number 1. And unfortunately, it's derived from microfiche, so yeah, not the best appearance of it. But anyway, there she is. There's Moon Girl and her sidekick, the Prince, or Prince Mangu or something. I think, yes. I think his name is Mangu. Yeah. Yeah, this is all a coincidence, I'm sure. So there he is, battling these supermodels, scantily clad. And yeah, there's Moon Girl dodging a ray gun blast and what have you. Anyway, introducing America's newest and most exciting characters in 4 complete and thrilling episodes. Well, yeah, but we're only going to read one, the introductory one, which is kind of more of just an introduction rather than a story, but, you know, there you go. But again, the quality is not good. A little blurry here, and you'll have to bear with me as we go through it. But there, Prince Mangu. Oh, yeah, look, your panties are showing. All right, let's go. There we are, introducing Moon Girl and the Prince. He doesn't look anything like Prince Nelson. Just once in every 700 years there appears on Earth a man and a woman whose characteristics are so outstanding, so virile, so beyond our conception that they actually stagger our imaginations. First, there is Moon Girl, a woman of sensational strength, superhuman speed, and endurance, and surpassing loveliness. Her magic moonstone gives her the power of 10 ordinary men. But it's 10, so. And guards her against all harm. Then there's Prince Mangu. Oh, it's Manu. I'm sorry. Jeez. It's too bad I'm too lazy to go back and re-edit that. Prince Manu, one of the greatest athletes of all time, a true son of Hercules. No living man or woman can match the prince's superlative strength except Moon Girl. To her alone, Prince Manu. Oh, wait, it is Mangu or Mingu. Oh, it's a G. See, you can barely make it out, but yeah, okay. Mingu. Mingu. Prince Mingu must concede mastery when, of course, she uses the power of her magic moonstone. Boy. What are we insinuating here? But anyway, the last appearance of such an outstanding man and woman was described by Marco Polo and his adventures. Really? Written 700 years ago, now in the 20th century, in 1947. In fact, such a man and woman appear again. On the following pages, you will find the amazing story of Moon Girl and the Prince. Just before the Second World War, the strange history of Moon Girl and the Prince had its origin in the wild mountains of Samarkand.
Might as well stop trying. You can't shake me loose.
And she's at a rodeo, apparently. So, yeah, that's something.
She is taming him. I did not believe anyone could ride that wild animal.
No living thing is a match for the Moon Girl.
Among the Moon Girl's admirers is the handsome Prince Mingu. What a woman. I came 1,000 miles to find her, and she shall be my wife.
Well done, Princess Moon Girl. He is as tame as a kitten now.
Take him to the stables. I will bathe before I dine with my mother, the Queen.
Oh, geez, boy, I didn't expect you to be naked. I just happened to stumble in by accident. Later.
The Queen wishes to see you immediately, my princess. It is about a most important matter. What could be this urgent? I'm to dine with her in an hour anyway.
I just made it up. I just wanted to see you naked.
The Princess of the Moon finds the Queen Mother impatiently waiting in her chambers.
You see that man, daughter? He is Prince Mingu, and he has come to ask you for your hand in marriage.
Marriage? Oh, no. I do not know this man. I cannot love him, and he shall not be my husband. Besides, I'm probably a lesbian.
There is a tradition in our part of Samarkand, a tradition carried down from before the days of Marco Polo. Who? Never mind. A tradition that must be satisfied before the ceremony can take place.
Yeah, she's just forgetting the whole thing. Look, I'm not going to marry some guy who just showed up, you know. Oh, well. Well, it's time for Moon Girl's bedtime story.
I could not reveal this to you until you were of marriageable age.
Oh, boy, we're going to get really into the nasty, aren't we?
But the time now has come.
Tell me, Queen Mother.
Then the Queen related this strange tale. Many, many years ago, in the reign of King Kadu, during the 13th century, the custom began. King Kadu had a daughter, the very first. And, I guess that's the daughter. Yeah. Anyway, she was the very first princess of the moon. And she was very beautiful. She was so strong and brave that in all her father's realm no man could outdo her in feats of strength when the time came for her to marry. She did not wish to be wed to a man weaker than herself. She really desired a man whom she could admire, whose strength and wisdom were greater than her own. So she arranged for her father, King Kadu, to issue a proclamation. She challenged any man to throw her in the wrestling ring, and to the victor she would give herself in marriage. This proclamation was no sooner made than many came from all parts to try their fortune. But all were doomed to failure, for the daughter of King Kadu was as strong as she was beautiful, and no man was her equal.
That's right, girlfriend. Yeah, take that, patriarchy.
At last there came a man so princely in his bearing, as lithe as a panther in his stride, that the daughter of King Kadu was smitten with him. The young man was a most agreeable choice in the eyes of King Kadu also. for he was of royal blood. Well, there you go. And owned many horses and other. Okay, he was loaded. The young man loved the daughter of King Cadu with his whole heart. When they walked together in the garden, she knew that she loved him also. So there they are, yeah. And he's wearing a skirt. I'm sure there's no problems. And she's like, oh, I just love you. So, yeah, there you go. That's, yeah. What a happy story. But her pride would not permit her to yield to a man less strong than herself. In secret, though she yearned for a moment of sensible weakness, so that he might overcome her in the combat which followed. He proved stronger than any man she'd ever met before. After a desperate struggle, she threw him and the young man, bitter with despair, rode away, and the daughter of King Cadu was lonely and sad. Oh, yeah. Oh boy.
You're gonna wear that?
Soon afterward, King Cadu was involved in a series of desperate battles against neighboring chiefs. When he rode into battle, his daughter rode beside him, and in battle she distinguished herself more than any other warrior. In one of these battles she slew the evil wizard Kazan, and from him she took the magic moonstone. It was a talisman that made her invincible to harm from the day she wore the moonstone. Her strength seemed to multiply until, it was said, she could defeat an entire army single-handed. But she was unhappy. This isn't written very well. Marco Polo records the rest of the story. My daughter one day in the field of battle, the daughter of King Cadu espied a familiar figure on horseback. In the midst of the enemy troops dashing forward on the full gallop, she snatched him from his horse and brought him back with her to her own people. So the daughter of King Cadu found her true love, one may suppose, but she also found happiness.
But what has this to do with me?
Asked the Princess of the Moon. So there she is snatching the guy, and was he the same guy? I don't know.
You are the direct descendant of the daughter of King Cadu. It is decreed that the man who takes you for his wife must first prove his superior strength.
No man can do that.
They say this Prince of Mingu is is the true son of Hercules. He has unbelievable strength, but he cannot defeat you if you wear this magic moonstone.
You're giving it to me?
Let no one know its power. Once you wear the moonstone, no man will be your master, but it may bring you much happiness.
I choose to wear it. Oh, it's more beautiful than I ever dreamed.
So a contest of strength with Prince Mingu is arranged, and Princess of the Moon again confronts a handsome suitor for her hand. I've come a long distance to see you. You will return with me as my wife.
You have no right to command me in anything. That right you must earn in a fair contest.
I shall defeat you, for it is true that I am of the blood of Hercules. But even if I were not, love would make me your master.
Let your deeds speak.
Whatever. So yeah, he's wearing the loincloth underwear too.
Throw.
And they throw the arching higher and higher. The hurled spears travel an incredible distance, but one travels further. Can you guess who? If you guessed Moon Girl, you're correct. You win. I did not expect such strength in one so beautiful, but there are other contests.
He is handsome and confident. It is almost a shame he must lose.
As the day wanes, the tests of strength and agility go on. One record after another is broken as the handsome prince tests his fair opponent's skill to the utmost. And then the time for the final test is at hand.
This shall decide. You shall wrestle to a fall, and whoever proves stronger shall be declared the victor. It is agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Oh, it's a wrestling match. And for the first time, Moon Girl knows doubt, as an encounter reveals the tremendous power of her antagonist.
His arms are like steel. Is it possible I can defeat him?
Uh-oh. It's strange he has to do it in his underwear. Anyway, the prince secures the first hold. Quickly, he forces the Princess of the Moon to her knees. And as quickly, she frees herself. Whoops! Every trick in his repertoire, the prince tries twice, yet his beautiful opponent stands like a rock of granite, and finally a powerful maneuver pins him securely to the ground.
I've won!
But strangely, her triumph does not leave the princess content, and when she goes to visit the vanquished prince,
He's going. He's leaving the castle. Forever. Oh, Mother, I've made a terrible mistake. I've driven him away, and I love him.
boy, she's got a little gal pal at her feet there, huh? Yeah. Anyway, the magic boomstone does not always bring happiness, but he said it would. You are finding that out. Should have told you, huh? Yeah. Well, just as did the daughter of Kadu 700 years ago. Oh, well, that's small comfort. I mean,
I must find him again. I shall never be happy with any other man.
oh, so you're into men. Well, it happens. Go then, my daughter, find your loved one. Perhaps you can still win him back.
Oh, thank you, Mother. Thank you.
Yeah, that's Mom's pal. Anyway, far and wide the Princess of the Moon searches for her beloved prince, but he is not to be found in Samarkand, nor in his own kingdom of Mingu. Men say that disappointed in love, the young prince has fled forever the scenes of his defeat. But the princess never abandons her search, and one day, in an American city,
It is he. I found my prince at last.
she relaxes in high heels all the time. Disappointed in love and seeking to escape his past, Prince Mingu has come to America and found a position as athletic coach in a college in a medium-sized city under the name of Lionel Manning. Watch me. This is the way to throw the shot put.
I disagree.
Who could these legs belong to? A girl. Well, yeah, a girl. What would you know about shot putting?
He doesn't recognize me. Would you like to match yourself against me?
This is silly. You won't be able to throw it 10 feet.
Don't be too sure.
As once before, spears cleft the air, so now shot puts mark a test of strength. You beat me. Only one person in the world could equal that throw. Why, you must be...
There must be a place where we can talk quietly.
I mean, yeah, you look just like her, but I didn't catch on. Later, in a quiet restaurant... It's a restaurant called Quiet. No, really. Princess of the Moon, what are you doing here?
I was searching for you. This is difficult for me to say, but I'm not sure I really won what I desired in our contest. Will you come back to Samarkand with me?
It is too late. I love this country. I intend to stay here for the rest of my life, using my strength only to fight evil.
I was hoping you'd say that. For I love my adopted country too, and I'm sure we can accomplish much more now that we can combine forces.
Just out of the blue, you know. And so Claire Loon, that's Claire Loon, not Clear Loon, known to us as Moon Girl, and Lionel Manning, known to us as the Prince, Prince Mingu, dedicate themselves to the task of creating a better world. Shedding their old identities, they bravely face the future together in America, their new home. Oh, isn't that cute? They're one of those couples who are so into togetherness, they dress exactly the same. So, yeah, little Santa. Well, no high heels, thank God for him. Boy, they shed their old identities. I don't think so. They're running around. She's calling herself Moon Girl, and he's Prince Mingu. And they've just put on new names, Claire Loon and Lionel Manning. Anywho, there you go, Moon Girl and her sidekick, Prince Mingu. Oh, boy. Gee, I do hope you've enjoyed this episode of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. We'll do it again next Sunday. Won't that be fun? Sure. While you're here, why don't you like and subscribe? And check out the link descriptions below for links to my many stores that'll lead you to plenty of goodies just for you. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.